What up, and welcome. I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. This is my YouTube channel, Corel Design, where I teach coding and user interface design. Now we are talking about the menu bar. So this is a menu bar in Corel Draw. So we are going to check it from left to right. So this is the file option. This is where you save your file. This is where you open your file. This is where you create a new file. This is where you import if you want, and this is where you export. So this acquire image, you can use this when you want to scan an image from a printer. Let's say you've got a printer already connected and installed, and then from then you have an image that you want to trace or you want to scan. You can put it in there, and then you will select a printer here, and then you will scan it. Basically, this file option or file button, it has got a lot of things. You can see this is print preview, and also this is exit. I think these are general functionalities. These are something that just by looking at the word and the icon you can have an idea or an understanding of what it does. And then we've got edit, and then edit is just like the same with your Microsoft Word. There is nothing much. It's just your copy and paste, undo and redo, and that's it. Find and repeat, and step repeat. What is step repeat? Let me just quickly show you a step repeat. A step repeat is, let's say I want to make a copy of this. Then I can say copy, and then I can say paste. As you can see that it's I've pasted it on top of that one. However, let's say I want to copy it a certain distance, and in doing so I want to make some other copies that are far from this one, like by using the same distance. The distance must be equal. So this will mean that we have to use a step repeat. How do we do that? We say control, okay, this is what we do. You click on it, you left click on it, you drag. Obviously, as you can see, it goes up and down. You click control to make sure that it's horizontal, it's locked horizontal. If you want it to be this big and you're happy with it, you right click instead. Right click, then a copy will be made. And then in terms of step repeat, you can just duplicate. Control D, that's what I'm pressing now. Control and D, control and D, control and D. So it's like D, 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 D. So it's like you are step repeating. Okay, so let's just go to, we are done with edit. Let's go to view. So here I'm just going to show you the buttons that I use the most. Number one, the most important one, it's sorry about my slow computer. At least by now it's supposed to have already responded. Okay, let me do this still. Okay, let me do this, make it white. Okay, so as you are working with your Corel project, there are some objects that it's not going to be easy for you to see. It's not going to be easier for you to see. Maybe they are very, very close to white, just like this one. So you can't see where it is. So now when you are saving the document, the selected file or document, instead of the exported area covers the red border here, as you can see in this shape, you will notice that there is also another shape that is here, but because of it doesn't have the red border, you don't really see it. So how do you make sure that you see those things, or at least you have an idea of what's going on? Then that's where you have to come to view and click wireframe. When you click wireframe, then it shows you the objects that are in your artwork or in your artboard, and then from then you can click those and delete them because you don't want these ones that are overlapping. And then you can click here and see that also this one is overlapping, and then from then you click to view and then normal, and then that is it. Okay, so also if you, just like for me, somebody who's working with a slow computer, what I can do, I can click the view here, which is normal, or I can click pixel. These view are not 100% clean. Let me check the pixel one. As you can see that the pixel one, it's displaying in terms of pixel, and the normal view is not 100% like clean. If we were having a picture here and we're zooming in, it was going to look blurry. But if you want it to be 100% clean, and then you just click here on enhanced. Let me just quickly grab a picture on the internet and then make and show you what I'm talking about. Let me just grab a picture. So that we can see the effect of those different types of views. Okay, let's just see. Obviously the picture doesn't have a good quality, but let's see if we are going to see the difference. Obviously in terms of the wireframe, you can easily see the difference. Let's check normal view. Okay, not really, not that noticeable. Let's check enhanced. Oh, okay, at least now it's noticeable. So this is a difference between normal view and enhanced. This is normal view and this is enhanced. So I believe that enhanced, since it's clear and it's the quality is sharp, it will mean that it's consuming a lot of a lot of computer resources, like taking a lot of space and using a lot of RAM space also. So I will just advise that maybe you try normal, but it's not that interesting to work with normal, because graphic design, it's an emotional it's like it's an emotional kind of a career. So in a way, once you work with something that looks like this, obviously as a creative, okay guys, I'm back. I had to pause the video due to the disturbance outside. So what I was talking about, the enhance and the normal view. Obviously you can just use normal view for now, and also take it that if things are not looking pretty at the moment, obviously you will understand. I was saying like graphic design, it's more of a different kind of a discipline. It's not like it's not too rational like mathematics and accounting. It's not like 1 plus 1 equals 2. So if you are working with a picture that looks like this, for instance, let me zoom this one. This also plays in your overall creativity and the overall product. So what I usually do, even though my computer is not that powerful, I always go with enhanced, because working with pixelating pictures, it doesn't inspire me to create and to do more. Okay, and then where we were on view. Now let's talk about the layout. In terms of the layout, I haven't been using the layout much, but it looks like you can insert, duplicate page, rename page, go to page, page layout, page background. I think what I have used here on page layout is page numbering. something that we will do on a different video. It's page numbering. This one I have used it. Okay, and then we've got object. Then you can create an object, you can insert power clip. Also here there's a very important tool that I have used. I will show you now what it is on object. What it was, I remember I was working in a company. We were trying to work on, okay, let me just type something here. Let's say PC. No, let me type a cursive font, then I'll show you an instance. I hope the barking dog doesn't make that much of a noise. I'm sorry about that. These are the things that I really can't control. Okay, let me just look for a cursive font, and then okay, this one, let's see. Yes, exactly. Okay, so in the printing industry, you've got a cutting machine, a machine that will take a certain piece of material, let me just put it on the background. Okay, let me just click arrange. Where is arrange or order, and then to the back of a page. And then from then, what that machine will do, it will on this material, colored material, it will cut it all around. We call that machine a cutter. It will cut it all around, and then from then, when you are done, you will take that material and weed it out. That will mean you will weed out this part, and then you will take this part and put it in a t-shirt and use a heat press to stick it there. So as you can see that the machine needs to cut around, so we are not interested in this fill part, the colored part. We are interested in the outline, okay. Let me just take another cursive font so that you can clearly see what I'm talking about. So these are the tricks of the trade. These are the things that you gain with experience with design and printing. Okay, let me check. Not really, these words are not overlapping. Let me also check another cursive font with the overlapping word, because I want you to clearly get what I'm trying to do here. Okay, just a moment. Also this one, let me just try for the last time. If I don't see it, I will have to continue. Okay, this one. Okay, even this one can illustrate what I want to check. Okay, so as you can see that if the machine can cut this shape and also cut this one, this dog, it will mean that it will create a lot of pieces, something that we don't want. It will mean that the machine will create this piece. It will create this piece. When it's done cutting, it will create this piece. As you can see that this is not what we want at all. We want, let me just quickly show you here. This is the piece that we want. Obviously it's going to take me a very long time to do that, but this is the piece that we want. Okay, and this is the piece that we want. Okay, as you can see, now we want this piece. This is the piece that we want, not these pieces. Unfortunately, fonts are made like that, more especially the cursive fonts where they are joining. These are two alphabets that have to be joined, and in most cases they don't join smoothly. As you can see, they don't join smoothly. Okay, so now how do you solve that problem? Okay, obviously one might feel like if there is something that can combine, like this one, you can weld shapes together, then it will mean maybe even here we can use that. Let's say maybe even here we can use something like that. How are we going to do that? Let's first break this curve apart. Let's see if we can break this curve apart. So, okay, let me first convert it to curve, because before you break something it must be a curve. Convert to curve, and then let's see if the combining thing is there. Is not there. Let's break it apart. Break the curve apart, and then let's weld the curve. Okay, you see what happened with a shape. That smooth welding doesn't happen with the paths. Sorry, with the path. We did the welding, but as you can see that it didn't really do what we were hoping for. So this is how we've solved the problem in the work environment. So we wanted this, and we wanted it to be as quick as possible, because you can't take all the text that is inside an artwork or whatever and do these tricks all the time. Like you have to do these things. It's not gonna work. We are talking about production here. The company needs to make money. So there was a tool that I have used here. I think we were talking about objects, remember? I think we were talking about objects under shaping, and it's weld, but it's this weld under shaping, not that one. So it worked very well. Let me just convert this. Okay, let me show you what I did. I converted these two curves. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld it. Object, I think it was here on shaping. Yeah, it was weld. You see, now it's working. So meaning that now the machine can be able to give us what we are looking for, quickly give us what we are looking for. As you can see that once we weed this out, maybe we want to print t-shirt, so it will give us the pieces that we want. It won't give us other pieces. So this is very important to notice when you are printing t-shirt, more especially with cursive font. When you are going to cut something, the final product is going to be a cut version of it. Make sure that you don't have the pieces that you don't want. So in here in object, that's the only thing that I have used here in this object. Also joining curves, but that's one, it's a story for another day. And then we have effects. Obviously here with effects, the one that I use the most, it's the blur effect. Let me just quickly show you. Okay, the blur effect, it's like creating your own shadow, I can say. It's like creating your own shadow. You are creating that shadow. As you can see, here is that blur effect. So that's what I did. And then here in bitmap, when you want to convert anything into a picture, let's say RGB transparent, this is now not a shape, it's a picture. As you can see, this is a picture, it's no longer a shape. And then here on text you do a lot of interesting things, including those big what's this thing, the drop caps, those one that you see on magazine. Let's convert this to paragraph, make this a paragraph. Okay, let's see, make this a paragraph. I'm just going to quickly show you the drop caps, and okay, control copy and paste. Okay, I'm just gonna show you that drop caps. Okay, I don't want this dog here, don't know why I would paste it up. Okay, now let's go to text, drop cap, use drop cap. Let's see, you see, so here it's more like text effect and tricks and bullets and column for magazine. Then you can use this one. And then let's just quickly check the table. I think the table part is the same as this one that we have already done. You can create a table and then you can set the columns and the rows and columns for it. And then we've got tools. I haven't used much of this tool, and also it's not for the basics or the beginners. And then we've got windows. Here what I have used, it's the color palette. As you can see that we've got the default color palette, which is this one, and also this one is a document color palette. We've got color palettes, and then just put in the default, and then this one, it's a document color palette. Obviously I will get in details later in this course, but for now we are just doing the basics. Otherwise, that is it for me, Matthew Msingati, the designer. I hope you are learning something in this course. My apologies for the background sound that I usually don't have a control over. Things like dogs and cars, that one I don't have a proper control over until such time where I have a working space and also maybe some proper equipment, mics and other things. Then maybe the quality will improve. Otherwise, for me, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are learning something. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.